Le métro à Paris. What is le métro? Well, this is the major means of transportation in the center sections of Paris. You saw on the opening scene that it runs both above and below ground. SNCF is the organization with control of all state-owned transportation in France. We are concentrating on the Métro, but we need to know about other rail transport in France. Des trains. Intercities, TER, Eurostar, Thalys, TGV, the train à grande vitesse, RER, Transilien, and le métro. So many trains. So many types of trains run through Paris and its stations. Some travel into the suburbs, some through the entire region, some all over France, some to other European cities, and some under the English Channel to England. Some, like the TGV, are extraordinarily fast, 320 miles per hour and a bit faster. Some travel long distances more slowly and have sleeper compartments. As you might guess, the faster you travel, the more you pay for the ticket. In Paris at the Gare du Nord, which we see here, there are numerous track levels above and below ground, and these trains have stops there: Eurostar, Thalys, TGV, TER, RER, and le métro. In Paris, you can also travel by bus and taxi, but we are going to focus on the popular and economic travel by metro. This is a quick look at the metro. It is 214 kilometers of lines used by 1.4 billion travelers a year. Most lines are underground. The first line opened July 19, 1900 to serve the Olympic Games that summer. Creating tunnels near the Seine required boring 15 meters below the riverbed and freezing the ground to minus 24 degrees with chemicals. There are 303 stations and 16 lines. No place in downtown Paris is more than a short walk to a station. Remember, there are 303 of those stations. It runs more than 600,000 miles a day. That's the equivalent of 10 times around the earth. One metro ticket can be used on all metro and RER lines, and as long as you do not go through an exit, you can ride all day. You could have fun just riding all day to the different stations. Many are highly decorative and very interesting to see. And here you see entrances, the familiar red-backed Métro sign that marks every station. You see station interiors. The full name of this service is the Métropolitain, but it has been shortened to the word Métro for so many years. The Gare du Nord, we've already looked at, is a Paris metro station serving line 4 and line 5. It is the busiest station in the system, with 48 million entrances a year. Look at Ligne 4 and Ligne 5 below. This is the way lines look on the wall of the metro station to show the stations. When you look at a real map of the metro, you will see that the ligne curve and cross other rail lines all over the city. Metro stations are named for a variety of places and people. Some are named for streets they're close to, for neighborhoods, for monuments they're close to, and for people. Look at station names on the ligne above. Jacques Bonsergent, an engineer, was the first Parisian civilian executed by German occupation in 1940. Pablo Picasso was a Spanish painter, sculptor, printmaker, ceramicist, stage designer, poet, and playwright, a very, very productive artist who spent most of his adult life in France. And this is an interior scene of the Picasso station here. Etienne Marcel was provost of the merchants of Paris under King John II. He died in 1358, but he's not forgotten. Not only does he have a metro station named for him, he was so well respected as a clothier that lines of clothing are named for him today. Google him. It's interesting. Now, this is what a full map of the metro looks like. Get interactive. This is the beginning of assignment 6.5a. The assignment is included here in the Dropbox and also under graded assignments on the homepage. Here's what you're going to do with this assignment. You're going to go to the official website of the RATP Français. Now, any information you want further about rail transportation and buses in France and Paris, if you go to this website, you'll find what you're looking for. If you click on Tarif, you will find prices for the various tickets and for various age groups, such as children and seniors. They get a price break. You can buy a single ticket or you can buy plans for longer periods of time with reduced prices. Now this is a cool site to play with. Click under Service on Plan Interactif. You'll see the icon here. This is what it looks like. And by the way, this site also has regular maps of the services in addition to this interactive map. Now, when you get to the interactive map, there are small triangular arrows at the top, left, bottom, and right to see other sections of the map. The map is too large to show on your computer screen. So if you want to look around the map, just click on one of those four arrows and you will be able to move around the map easily. We are going to work with this area. I've shown it to you in this section so you're not just overwhelmed by the big map. Now we're going to start here. Where the arrow points, we are looking at La Ligne 9. It is greenish yellow. Now you can see why we need to use line numbers and not colors to talk about the lines. So many lines have been added that the colors are beginning to look alike. Now each enlarged dot along the line is a station. Starting with the first station, 9, write a list in order of all of the stations until you reach Nation. Include Nation in your list, and you will have 7 stations on your list. Now, the way you can see the names of the station easily is to use the interactive feature of this map. If you mouse gently over each dot, the name of the station will pop up, enlarged. After you complete this assignment, you might enjoy checking out the interactive map a bit more. Some of the stations are quite attractive. Some have been defaced with graffiti, like we have seen in the subways in New York. Some have musicians, even small bands, playing down on the platforms. It is a sightseeing trip just to buy one ticket and ride all around the metro system for just a few hours. Just remember again that once you go out of the gate with your ticket, it will not work to get back in. You do, however, get your ticket back as a souvenir. This is a map with the airlines and stations only. These trains are identified by letters. Remember, the Metro train lines are identified by numbers. There are so many different lines that using color to identify a line does not work well anymore, as it once did. And this map shows the airlines and the metro lines. Just notice how many lines there are today. Now, the next two screens that I'm going to show you will help you complete assignment 6B, which will also be placed in the drop box and under graded assignments. But this should help you a little bit to understand how to do those assignments. Okay, this is a section of the Metro map that shows an entire line. We are looking at La Ligne 12, okay? And so go north, and the north station is Aubervilliers-Front Populaire. La Ligne 12 est verte, okay? It's green. I added a blue clue to help you follow the line so that your eye wouldn't get lost on the way to the other end. Now, if you were going south, that's the orange arrow at the bottom of the screen, to north, you would say, La direction est Mairie d'ici à Aubervilliers-Front Populaire. Okay, you say the station you're starting from and the station at the other end of the line. Going north to south, you would say La direction est Aubervilliers-Front Populaire à Mairie d'ici. In asking directions on the Metro, you need to find out the number of La Ligne and La Direction. Because if you go into the station and you're midway between the two endpoints, the way you're going to know which car you want to get on is by knowing La Direction you are going to be traveling in. And it will tell you which direction this car is going in. And you want to make sure you get on the right one. You need to know how to read the Metro map, but you can also get a smartphone app to help you when you're in Paris. And this is a visual you will need to complete the assignment 6.5B. I've included it here so I can talk about it for just a minute, but then you will also have a hard copy in the Dropbox and under assignments. There's a red arrow, okay, and here is where you are. And the assignment tells you in what direction you are going and where you're going. And I'll just tell you that the first red circle is your first station. And then in the conversation that you're going to work on, you're going to be informed that you could get right back on that same line and go all the way up to the station I have circled in red at the upper left. Now, if you've gotten off the train, you're going to have to buy another ticket if you've gone through the exit, but at least you would be right there at the station and could continue on your line. I hope someday you have a great adventure riding le métro à Paris.